So if you're building a shower, you're gonna need to install a shower floor, and that shower floor needs to be sloped to the drain. In this video I'm going to show you exactly how to do that, putting down deck mud to create your slope for your shower floor. Sped up version so you can see it come together quick. Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you how to screed the mud from the perimeter of the shower to the drain. Doesn't matter if you have if you're installing a vinyl liner or if you're using a bonding flange like I am here. The process is the same. I am not going to include mixing the mud. You're going to mix your mud depending on what kind of mud you've got. You're going to mix your mud according to the directions. You're either going to use a tub, you're going to use an auger, you're going to use a top. There's several ways of mixing it. You just want to make sure you mix it to the correct consistency. Also, this process is the same whether you're going over concrete or a plywood subfloor. For a plywood subfloor, you're going to put down some tar paper and wire lath, and then install your mud on top of that. If you're going over concrete, you're going to put down some thin set, pour your mud on top of the thin set, and then the process is exactly the same. I will link to a couple of videos so you can see that part of this installation. This video is simply to show you how to get a level perimeter around your shower and to get the proper pitch to the drain. So how do you get a level perimeter around the shower floor? So you're going to stack up your mud against the wall. You're going to pack it down a little bit with your float so that you can get a fairly decent line. Then you're going to use your level and you're going to tap it down. I usually use a wooden float. I'm going to tap it down on the mud, as you can see here, compressing the mud under it to get a flat level line. If it's not long enough, I'm going to do it in sections until I have the entire line of that wall compressed, flat, and smooth. As I go around the perimeter of the shower, I'm going to use the previous wall that I did where I have the mud already installed at the proper level as a guide on one end of the level to determine and compress the mud on the next wall. So the proper pitch for any shower for the water to flow to the drain has to be 1/4 inch per foot. So once you got your drain installed, you're going to see what the height that's at the drain level. And then for every foot you move away from the drain, you're gonna go 1/4 inch higher at the wall. So if your drain at the furthest point is 3 feet away from the wall, the height of the mud at the wall has to be 3/4 of an inch higher than the drain. At least 3/4 of an inch. It can be a little bit higher if you want, but you don't want to make it too steep either. Since you're determining your height from the drain by the furthest point away from the drain, as the distance from the wall decreases, the pitch will become steeper because we're keeping a level perimeter so we can have a straight line for the wall tile that is cut to the floor tile. So as I said earlier, to determine the height of this wall that I'm doing now, I'm using the height of the already screeded walls to connect them and determine the height so that I have a level perimeter all the way around. As you continue screeding this perimeter, always check your work to make sure that it's flat, clean, and level all the way around. So in this video, I'm using a bonding flange, and I need to mix the mud wetter to pack it under the bonding flange so it's completely supported. Then I'm going to make slight adjustments to make sure that it's completely level. If you're using a 2-stage 3-piece drain, you're going to screw down the drain barrel so that it's at the correct height. You're going to screed to the drain. Once you have screeded and you got everything all nice, you're going to loosen the drain barrel and screw it upwards so that it is at the right height to receive the tile. Okay, so at this point you have a level perimeter, which is your screed guide. When mixing your mud, when you pour it in the shower, just make sure it's all mixed properly. If you get some dry spots, just mix it in so it gets nice and mixed properly. So getting back to the filling in. So you got a level perimeter. So you're gonna get the mud and you're gonna pour it in at sections at a time. Depending on how big your shower is, it's either gonna be a quarter, it's gonna be a line. So the height of the perimeter is at the correct relative height to give you the correct pitch to the drain. So you fill in between the perimeter and the drain and you pack it down, and then you use a screed to screed from the perimeter to the drain. That will give you the correct pitch. Just be careful not to dig out the perimeter as you're going along. Always keep an eye on that. You just want to screed down. So you want to use the correct length screed stick. It can be a piece of wood, it can be a level, it can be aluminum edge, straight edge, anything that is straight. And you place the one end on the screed and one end on the drain, and you screed down. The reason why you have different sizes because you don't want to go too far past the edge of the drain to the other side, and that will not give you the correct pitch. You want to have it the correct length so that it'll reach, but it won't overextend. As you can see here, I am mainly using screeds, a wooden float, and a steel finishing trowel. Those are probably the only tools you need to do this entire floor. You always want to make sure that everything is completely packed, and that once you got everything packed and screeded to the correct height and the correct pitch, you use your finishing trowel to smooth everything out. And as you're doing that, it's gonna show if there are any soft spots. If there are any soft spots, then you're going to get a little bit of mud, you're going to throw it into that soft spot, and then you're going to use your steel trowel to smooth it in. So that's the entire process. Just continue like this till the entire shower floor is done. If this is your first time seeing my videos, my name is Sal de Blasi. I'm a tile contractor in the Boston area. Leave your comments in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. New video every Saturday morning. I'll leave some links in the description to some tools and other interesting or useful links. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to put a rag in your drain or to cover the drain some way so that you're not getting mud into the drain and clogging it. You want to make sure that you do that. I usually will either put a test plug in it, or I will put a rag in it, or I'll put some tape on it. Just want to make sure that you're not filling the drain with the mud. So this is deck mud. So as you're screeding, if you If it's not right for some reason, as it's still fresh, you can just chop it up and then just start over again. You have plenty of time to get this right. What I'm using here is Mapei 4:1. It's purposely made as a deck mud. It's really nice to use. You can use Quikrete sand topping mix or some other version of a sand topping mix that tends to be richer than you need it to be, so that makes it harder to work with. So you can add some sand to it to make it leaner and easier to work with. Also, don't forget to check me out on Patreon. If you can support me there, that'd be great. So I have more detailed versions of this process. I will put links in the description to those in the cards and in the end screens. So if you need a little more information on how to do it, yeah, you can check those links out. I wanted to do this video so you can see it come together real quick. This entire shower floor, including putting down the tar paper, cutting in the wire lath, bringing up the mud, mixing the mud, screeding it out, and getting it all done, took me about an hour and a half, 2 hours.